everybody, and welcome to episode 13 of Shaking the Damn Table. And I am joined again with my co-hosts, David and John.
What's up?
And today we have a special guest. I've known her since elementary school.
Way back.
Yes, way back.
Crib days.
Anaya, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Amyna Walker, I guess. Okay. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Yeah. What you do? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right now, I'm trying to get my business started. I do vaping, get more into like the vaping business.
It's a special guest.
I also have an upcoming business with dance. I currently work with my business partner, Bronny, or with Fibby Natural for Women.
Shout out.
Okay.
One of the greatest person. People.
She's a good person.
Yeah, she's
People person.
great. And she's working with me getting my dance clothing line started.
That's so
dope.
That's what's up, man.
Cool. Where can we follow you at?
You can follow me at, I believe, on Facebook, Anaya X Walker. Instagram, Anaya E.
Alright.
Yeah, Instagram.
We gonna find you.
Yeah.
Paste.
I'm in the middle of trying to change my brand around, so my name it's like,
Gotcha.
okay, what did I
Like, what is it?
So, yeah.
Put them current.
Right. And I know Snapchat is Professor X.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into our segments, starting with the business of the week.
Alright, that's me today. So I got one for y'all this week. I'm gonna shout out Vibestreet Studios. They are, it's a group of guys, they own the space downtown, south side. They have a venue. You can, it's a photography studio, it's a recording studio. If you want to have an event, you host an event there. I know they also, if you want to do like a podcast, anybody can do a podcast, they'll record it for you. So local artists, you're a model, they do it all. I went to high school with a couple of these dudes, so I know they're cool, they're good people. They are located on 1203 16th Avenue South, Birmingham. Yeah, so, and they are cheap, they don't charge you a lot, so hit them up, man. They're good business.
We do have good prices.
Yeah.
Create a space.
Cheap. That's the most important part. Cheap.
They look out. Look out for your pockets.
Yeah.
Right, that's dope. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the move for the week.
Cool. So for all the Arie fans out there,
Yes.
she is coming May 14th.
New album's good, man. Yeah.
Coming May 14th to the UAB Al Stevens Center. The day this episode drops, the 14th. It'll be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And it's not sold out yet. You can go to alstevens.org or, Ticketfly, Eventbrite, and
You know how much, yeah?
it doesn't say.
Nah,
But if you
they that much? God dang.
We're not even gonna list it. But if you like Arie, definitely pull up on it. So
That's
yeah.
good.
I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not very familiar.
You know?
Not a lot.
Okay.
You gotta
I know
get
the
some
song.
Arie, bro. She's soulful, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah, I remember seeing her like BET show and stuff. And yeah, she's cool. But okay, and then my next event, this is more on a financial note. It's called the 700 Credit Score Community, and credit is right. Right. It's on the rise though. Credit score on the rise though. Everything's going up this year. But this will be Saturday, May 18th, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Regents Bank on Green Springs Highway. It's basically like an informal type thing, public event to just, give you education on credit. And, a lot of it is like, we know the Credit Karma, it'd be explaining everything. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of it's not really.
Show me where I am.
Right? I'll be like, what can I do? What do I need to do? But, yeah, it's actually, it says through their free workshops and one-on-one counseling, our financial well-being coaches empower clients to take control of their finances by creating a budget, reducing and paying off debt, and clearing errors from their credit reports. 72% of clients see a FICO score increase. 25% achieve a 700 plus FICO score after 6 months of participation.
Okay.
So free.
It's free?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that part.
Free event, Green.
It's Saturday?
Next Saturday, 18th. Yeah, this Saturday.
Which regions? I'm in there.
Right. Yeah, so that's gonna be good. That's right on Green Springs, so I might even check that out. I'm always looking to raise mine, so yeah, should be good.
Dope. Well, let's go ahead and get into the trivia. So we
Not
I
ready.
won last week. Tall people.
I won.
Alright. Technically it was a tie. Oh, yeah,
Okay, so
I had
what
to
we do is you get 4 cards, just A, B, C, and D. I'm gonna read the questions and give you guys the answer choices, and then I'll tell you guys whenever to reveal your answers, and you just choose whichever one.
okay. Let's get it.
All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Question number 1: Who is the first Black woman to head a luxury house under LVMH? Is it A, Beyonce, B, Cardi B, C, Rihanna, or D, Zendaya?
Repeat the question?
Who is the first Black woman to head a luxury house under LVMH?
Okay, I know this, I think.
This is a fashion question.
Yeah. Can I get the choices one more time?
The choices are A, Beyonce, B, Cardi B, C, Rihanna, or D, Zendaya.
Solid.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
And reveal your answers. It is C, John. Y'all have not been on social
Y'all ain't
media.
been on social media.
I have
Y'all
not.
doing the damn thing, bro.
Has just dropped,
Black and
or
black.
she's going to drop Fenty, which is going to be her luxury
Oh,
fashion
okay.
line.
I saw that.
Literally read this. I read
Yeah.
this.
Yes,
Got it.
Queen is out here doing things.
I saw
She
that.
ain't
Shout
given
out
us the
Rihanna.
album yet.
It's coming. It's
But
on
she
the way.
Yes,
It's
that's
on
why I
the
said
way.
yes.
She doing things for real, man.
She
She
has us at
is.
her fingers for real. Like,
Right.
yeah, like, please.
And I'm ready to drop 100 on a shirt for Fenty. All right, question 2. What year was Miss America, Miss Teen USA, and Miss USA all Black for the first time? A, 1998, B, 2000, C, 1976, or D, 2019? You guys need me to
Yeah, just run them back. All those numbers. Like math.
I think we got it.
What year was Miss America, Miss Teen USA, and Miss USA all Black for the first time? Was it A, 1998, B, 2000, C, 1976, or D, 2019? You guys ready to reveal your answers?
Yes.
Yeah.
And reveal. It is D, 2019. It just happened this
It just
year.
happened, bro. These today, bro. I said current trivia.
Right?
Well, actually,
Trivia today.
Let's see. Well, this one is actually an older question.
Oh, okay.
So,
Maybe
Had to
this will
switch
work
it
my
up.
favorite.
All right.
2018. All right.
Who was the first African American invited to dine at the White House? Was it A, Booker T. Washington, B, Benjamin Banneker, C, Shirley Chisholm, or D, Martin Luther King? Would you like to meet?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was the first African American invited to dine at the White House? Was it Booker T. Washington, Benjamin Banneker, Shirley Chisholm, or Martin Luther King? I was like, I just
Malcolm
said-
King.
I was about to say Malcolm X.
I would.
No.
One and the same.
So y'all ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Reveal. Anaya got it right.
Guess came in.
Hey. Wait, did you get all of them right?
Yeah, she did.
I didn't get the first one right.
We tied.
Say I'm tied?
Yeah, we tied.
Anaya.
Well, she-
Hold on. I could have sworn. She said, give it back to the short people. I got you.
Right. This is what's gonna become. Every
My mom,
Tom will prevail next episode.
She making the whole speech, yes.
social media for the random pop-up.
Right.
Information. Thank you.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Dope,
Congrats.
dope.
she got an
Just
ace.
came through.
Nice.
All right, so let's get into this topic
Yeah.
today. So the topic today, ghetto as fuck.
Hey, yeah.
I just did that, you know, like Insecure, how they be naming the episodes like that,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. This is just me taking that from them. Shout out to Ray.
Shout out, yeah, shout out.
All right, so basically today I want to talk about the words like, so back in the day, you know, you used to hear like alley or ghetto or ratchet, like all these different words that we use to describe a certain type of people
Mm-hmm.
in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna ask y'all, what do those words like ghetto, ratchet, alley mean to y'all? Or what's like the first thing that you think of when you hear that?
Loud.
Question.
Loud.
Wow.
Especially alley. Like somebody alley is like they loud. Like,
Right.
calm down, man. Calm down.
Okay, loud.
Yeah. But ratchet. A lot of people have started to embrace the word ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot more people like claiming to be ratchet instead of like the opposite of what it has been. Like people like opposing being that way.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like embracing the culture more so. Ghetto is still like that word. Everybody like, like I'm not ghetto. Like it's like it's more so like an insult.
Derogatory.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be looked at in a lot of different perspectives because like politically when they think of the ghetto, it's not just like, you know, the hood, it's more so like the poor communities.
Right.
So you don't have to necessarily be like a ghetto person to be considered like part of the ghetto population. But a lot, like I said, with ratchet is more so, it's more so like a fun word that's played with. It's not really negatively used. It depends on how you use it and who you use it towards. Like, it could be extremely offensive when someone who's like more so like upper class, like use that word to define someone who is lower class without even actually knowing them, but just off where they're from.
Right.
Their name, different characteristics rather than just classifying them that way. But like I said, a lot of people have like embraced the word ratchet more so than any of the other words that describe anything. It is more so used towards women.
Yeah.
Very true. I was gonna get to that too.
It's definitely more
Yeah,
so for
ratchet men.
women.
I mean, I always
It's
hear it
like
for real.
everybody. It's sad, but everybody for the most part, either you're rich or poor or you're a black man. It's not really like, you know, he's ratchet because it's more so of a feminine word. It's like he's ghetto. You don't really hear like a lot of people saying like, oh, he's so ghetto. Like, no, it's like people will say hood as opposed to anything else.
Right.
But it's sad because it's like, you know, all those words are used to describe women. Like you don't hear nobody saying like that guy is alley or he's ghetto, or it's more so just for women. And men, I think they just put black men in like a whole like barrel by themselves in a way, just of being like less capable of being able to adapt to everybody, like everything else with society. So I guess that's why they put like women, like black women, then it's black men, and they just classify them differently.
Yeah, I mean, I know, like for the word ghetto, like it just for me, it's just more of a like from a historical standpoint, like. How I believe it now. It's just like, you know, when over time the poor communities started happening, you know, when money and power shifts and all that caused like, you know, the Section 80 type communities. And, you know, and then I don't believe black people created the word ghetto. I think
It was actually created for the Jewish communities when they put
Right,
them like
right.
together in those houses, stacked on top of each other and everything, and then they were like giving
Called
them
ghettos,
rations
yeah.
before they took them into like the concentration camps.
You're taking me back to social studies. Yeah, exactly.
From social
I just
studies.
like, vaguely remember that when you said it. I was like, wait a minute.
That's one of my
Forgot.
That's one of my
That's crazy, we
definitions.
forgot.
All I learned was Holocaust in like middle school for real.
Right.
So I can give you a lot of Holocaust.
Right. And when it comes to like the ghetto and how and basically the structure of it, basically anyone who lived in that setting, they grouped those people as like the ghetto, the physical establishment of the ghetto became like the person, you know, for no reason, just because they lived there. Those people don't know. Some of them didn't know any other way or anything. Like that's just their environment, and they're trying to do the best with the lack of resources that y'all allowed. You know what I'm saying? But why do they have to be deemed like under a negative? I believe it's a negative stereotype or negative.
Yeah.
label.
I think for me, like, I guess that's how like you were saying, like it's more towards women, ratchet, ghetto.
Right.
What's the other word?
Alley.
Alley, yeah.
That's an old term.
Yeah,
What does
that's
that
what
mean?
alley. Oh,
What does that mean?
My old
I
grandma
mean,
used to say that.
It's just the same
My
thing
grandma,
for like ghetto, whatever. I mean, like they would be like the girls who would be like in the alleys or
Loud.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I was picturing like an alley. So that literally mean like alleyway. Like
I mean,
I guess.
I think that's the old reference to like, cause you know people who be like on the streets were like prostitutes and pimps and stuff like that. So it'd be like an alley girl, like a fast girl, or somebody who was like
an alley cat.
Right.
Thanks for the history.
Thanks. I'm only 26 now, and I don't think I'm ever understanding it. It's okay. But yeah, it's just it's used like as a negative term, as a loud woman. Usually acts a certain way.
Distasteful.
Just
certain look, certain mold.
It's really used to describe when someone is being obnoxious. Like extremely like rude and like kind of like offensive to like other people around them. Like they like kind of see people when they describe them as ghetto as people who don't really care about anybody else going around them. They just it's like they want to be seen, they want to be loud, they want to make it. It's like they want to like insert their importance in everything, but in the most inappropriate way. That's how it's seen, and people do act that way. Like, but it's not more so they're trying to be that way. That's what they learn. A lot of stuff is really like learned. It all starts at home. So you grow up in a house with a bunch of women, and everybody's loud, everybody's arguing, trying to be heard. So when you get out of society and you deal with people, especially because that's how you're used to communicating with everyone else. Once you try to talk to someone else, you come off that way, even though that's not how you're trying to be. But it's taught, it's learned behavior. So it's not it's offensive when a person is really not being that way, but it's used more so as a stereotype. Like I mean, I'm from Ensley. I lived in Ensley my entire life. I moved out a couple times, and it was a culture shock every time I moved out. I think I moved out like 2 years. We moved to Harrytown, and surprisingly, that was like a culture shock because it was like, whoa. It's like now I'm the ghetto one. But when I was going to, Bush and everything, it's like, I'm the same. It's like I'm more so the quiet one over here in this community, but in this community where it's not seen as ghetto necessarily, I'm the ghetto.
That's so interesting.
Right, and I went to Oxford High School, which is predominantly a white high school. It's a great high school though. Like the people there, like it's really cool, and I met a lot of people there who was more ratchet than me. And I was just like, wow.
White women? Oh. What they call that?
They're extremely country.
Trailer trash.
That's what it's called?
That word.
Yeah, trailer trash.
And they were very, very country. Like, when I say a thick country accent, I didn't think I would ever meet a person from Alabama. Of course, I have met a lot of people with, like, country accents, but their country accent is, like, super thick.
Like, that's how Fultondale was, too. A lot of them.
Who taught you how to talk like that?
Let me ask y'all, do you have something that you consider like ratchet, like something that specifically that you would call ratchet in society, like something that's just like too much or whatever for you, or what you just consider like something that you would personally say is ratchet versus like what the term means or has meant to you?
I mean, definitely using, like, not using your indoor voice in a situation where you need to. Like, I mean, because I went to Homewood, not ghetto at all, but it was like there were ghetto people there. I'll say they were ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I mean, based on the definition we just said, that like they were that, and they were just always the type. They had to be loud. They had to be loud. They had to be heard. They had to be like, and like I said, it can be a mixture of learned behavior, but it also can be some people that like. They know, like, that's what they learn and they embrace it, and that's what they, what I'm saying, they purposely do it, you know what I'm saying, those type people. So I, in my mind growing up, I was just like, this type of black person, like this loud, obnoxious, like, and then like I was always very, I paid attention to like how we're viewed to other races, you know what I'm saying, because we're all in a predominantly white world, so I'm not trying to come off like that. So I was always just like the chill person, but to them, I was the weird one. Cause I was just what I'm saying, in my mind, I don't want to look a fool in front of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But that's my experience to it.
I think for me,
it's like I guess it's because of where I came from and because it meant so much to me. The lesson that I learned growing up where I did. Like, it's like nowhere else in life do I feel you learn the hardest lessons except for growing up in the hood. And that's what I did, even though my parents tried to keep me away from a lot of stuff that went on outside of there because they didn't want me to become part of that environment. But those lessons you can't escape from. So when I was in like schools and, you know, around more white people, I wanted you to know you can't, like, don't play with me. Like, so I wasn't trying to be rude, but I had to assert myself and I had to be more aggressive. And if me being more aggressive makes you define me as ghetto, then at that point I would be that.
I think for me, when I think of the word ghetto, it's usually for me like describe with action, because like I used to work in retail a lot, so I used to work in Express. So the people who come in there and steal and used to have the little devices to get the metal detector thing, that's ghetto to me. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're a thief. Like, stop. And then I guess like you were kind of saying, we kind of maybe like kind of dress. Like, I really don't like, you know, sagging. So like, I think that's kind of ghetto. But then again, that's kind of how people dress. But I guess if you go like in a certain setting, like kind of, I don't know. Don't dress like them, but don't kind of be disrespectful. Don't have your drawers out. I guess that's old fashioned.
Okay,
But I don't know. This is kind of me.
So going to that, like certain settings and everything. Let me give examples of some things that have happened, like in the media, or people who like we as a collective have kind of like labeled a certain way. So the Met Gala just happened. Don't know if y'all saw Tiffany Haddish came with an accessory of chicken in her purse. Now, do y'all think that's ghetto?
I think that is ghetto.
She said that would have.
I think that because of who she is, it's accepted. Because people expect crazy stuff like that from her. Now, if that was anybody else, they'd be like, come on now. Like, why would you do that? But because of her personality and everything like that comes with her, because this is not like the first time she's done something like this. So it's like people have accepted that as her. Like, it's not really looked at as, it's like, it's kind of like the persona is supposed to be ghetto. So that fits into it. If that was anybody else, I'd be like,
crucified.
I don't know.
It wouldn't get up to me.
That's your person.
Like, I don't know. To me, it seemed like I hope it wasn't a show. Like, I hope she wasn't just doing it, trying to feed into the stereotype. But I heard the play. I don't know what go inside. You see what they dress, and what the hell is the Met Gala? I don't know what they do inside there.
I don't know.
But
this year is the first time I actually seen anything from inside, and they have like some concerts, and I was like, oh, this is what y'all doing.
Dress up nice and
I heard the place was like a couple $1,000.
I felt like a fashion show.
It's basically like a whole fashion, like it's a fashion based event because they choose a different fashion theme each year or whatever.
But I heard the plate was like a couple $1,000. In that case, I would have bought the fried chicken too. You know, what is this? I don't know how to shoot at it.
Then now it's being resourceful.
And then
like a small invite list, like.
Right, and that goes into like when you were saying like the ghetto, and like something like ghetto can also like turn into your brand if you are in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be like, it could be a show because like she knows like the reception she gets when she does certain things, you might use that to your advantage. So you know what I'm saying? That might just be her.
But it was a whole comedy like skit in a way. Like she was just playing like just feeding to her character.
I know some people have said like, because I know she mentioned I think it was like a white dress or whatever that she had, and like she wore it again because she was like, I'm gonna wear it.
To me, that's being real.
That's dope. I like that.
Being
so people be like, it's ghetto.
Do yourself.
Man.
But see, and those are people who of course make over a certain amount of money. They can afford to go buy new $1,000 dresses every event. But when you're coming from a humble place where you know like that's not what you've been able to do, and you value like what you make, then of course I wear a dress a couple times.
You have to think about like
because it fits.
Why like even if, I'm saying this because I'm broke. I don't know, but I feel like even if I was rich, I would repeat my clothes sometimes. If I like this outfit, this is a good outfit. I like the way I look in this outfit. Like you're being a celebrity. Like it's like celebrities try too hard. Like who cares if you wear the same outfit? Who cares what people think about you? If you like this outfit, wear it. That'll make sense to have. You don't have to wear a new outfit every day. That's trying too hard to be a celebrity.
Yeah, like you're
just because cameras are on you.
You
do it as we do it as normal people all the time.
You can't be normal anymore.
Yeah, that's why they go crazy.
Right.
A lot of them don't even do laundry at all. Like they throw
or new clothes. That is crazy to me.
Or some of them donate a lot of clothes that they have already worn. Which
that's okay.
Which is still cool, but at the same time, it's like you buy that much clothes. Like people don't realize how much of a waste stuff really is. Yeah. But I can see when you're donating it, that's fine. But like you said with the dress, like it can be seen as ghetto. Cause I know sometimes when I go out, mostly because it's mostly around the same people. I don't want to wear the same outfit. That don't mean I'm not gonna wear the same, like a shirt or something.
Yeah. I don't care. I wear the same thing, bro.
But
you got something to say? Tell me. Like,
because I don't go out like my younger days. But like with Tiffany Haddish, it's like she will be defined as ratchet to a lot of people, just because of how loud she is, and not saying that she's like rude, but just her character, she's very humble.
Right.
But people take that as her being ghetto. But she's just being herself.
Right.
If that's her,
that's commendable. I mean, if that's
exactly
right, if that's you, then that's commendable. But I understand, like, if it's, but like at the same time, it's like it doesn't help like stereotypes that we are trying to,
right.
like, the negative ones that like we all like chicken, we all like eat chicken, fried chicken every day,
like New Bells.
Yeah.
The long nails, crazy hair, and stuff. And I didn't know people. And that's actually how a lot of the society is for Black people in Atlanta. And me not knowing that at that young age, when I got older and I went there, and in Detroit as well, like they like that, over the topness.
Hey.
Like they love that, but that's their culture. I don't think that they should be defined as ghetto, because that's what they have adapted to. That's what they like. That's what they base a lot of their business off of. Yeah. So from that standpoint, I don't think that's ghetto.
Yeah, that's just going on face value anyways, because you don't know why her motive for doing it, or if that's like if it's legit.
Does she address it at all?
I don't think so.
She come out and be like, look, that's just me. Y'all need to leave her alone. For real.
True.
Acting like you want to eat that chicken.
Yeah.
So do you guys use the terms ghetto and ratchet around other races?
It's not my vocabulary at all.
Oh no.
I don't think I've ever said that.
Nah, right? Because if I say something like that and you agree, then we have I'm sorry. No, you better just listen to what I gotta say.
Just not smile. Like, oh yeah, girl. Yeah, girl.
Ooh. Do you? I don't know.
Me?
Yeah.
No. Well, see, for me, when I was younger, when I went to Fultondale, so that's another white school. But when I went there, and I would because before then, I mean, I had schools where there were mixes of white kids or other races and stuff like that, and from up north and everything. So it wasn't that, but it was just more so being them the majority. Mm-hmm. And then hearing how they talked about stuff. And then it was just I started hearing them say ghetto and using it just for anything. Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of annoyed me, because it would be this pencil's broke, that's ghetto. Bitch, what?
Right.
So that annoyed me so much to the point that I chose how I use that word. So I don't use that word a lot to describe stuff, unless now, like you said, even when people start to empower ratchet and stuff like that or whatever. But I try not to talk down on somebody.
Yeah. They took it and ran with it. They would be like, that's ghetto. It's not.
Right.
It became this trend.
And it basically turned into a slur.
Yeah. And I'll never forget. I was going to Oxford and we was doing some kind of testing, and there was this white boy that was sitting either in front of me or behind me. I can't remember. But he kept taking my pencil off my desk, and I don't know how I was saying it, but I was like, get my pencil back. And he kept repeating me. He was like,
that's low key.
He was like a friend. So it was it was a joke. But me being so young, I was in maybe the 10th grade, and he was like, "Give me my pencil back." And after the first time I laughed, second time I was like,
Alright, no,
See,
You being insulted now. Like
See,
you
I'm
are.
like the little black crusader in my mind. I be listening real hard.
Right.
Be saying
And
stuff
see-
like, I dare you to.
And see, that's how I be, because I be having to be on alert.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they be saying slick shit.
Yeah, and see,
Yeah, they'll let it slide,
and
bro.
see, at that moment with me and him, it was like he was in front of me, then it was like everybody else was black around us, and I guess the other white people was in other classes or whatever. But it was like, it was funny because it was just between me and him. Like nobody else heard it, so it wasn't like he was trying to embarrass me or
You just
insult
peeped
me.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he just kept like joking back and forth with me, but I used to see them all the time, you know, trying to do stuff, I guess how they see that we do stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not funny at all. Because if I go somewhere and I'm like, oh my gosh,
Right.
like Becky,
Bro.
like, oh my god, I just told you.
We say bro a lot too.
Like,
I like
oh
bro,
my,
though.
I do
oh my
that.
gosh, like
Bro.
if we did that all the time around them, then they would feel insulted because that's how they act,
Yeah.
whether or not they notice it or not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't be like, oh my god, you guys, I went to Starbucks yesterday.
But they think it's
and
like
it was like,
a accomplishment, basically, because a lot of them I know, and ooh, it used to irk my nerves because I was just like, I don't know, in high school I wasn't feeling nobody for real, but sorry, but for real, it'll be like they'll sit around and like you said, try to act black or be ghetto and stuff like that, and do all this extra like stereotype and stuff. Be like, yeah, I'm like a white black girl, black white girl.
no,
No,
girl.
girl,
That's what
you
you
just,
have
to- like,
you're doing too
Well,
much.
Yeah,
my own boyfriend is black. I'd be like, mine is too.
What's
What you want, a cookie?
I think for me, like, growing up, I'm sorry from my past mistakes, but yeah, I used to call like loud women
Right,
ratchet.
and I mean,
But for me now,
I did do that.
that word would never come out my mouth.
Yeah.
If you're loud, you're just a loud one. She's loud, you know.
Right.
I'm not
Right.
even thinking of ratchet, you know.
Right.
So I would never call a woman ratchet or ghetto, or not today. Not how I feel about black people. We just we different. We come from different areas. She gonna act how she acts. She may be loud. I ain't gonna call her ratchet. She's not ratchet. She's not ghetto. That's just her.
It's just a
That's why I love
respect
growth too.
thing.
Like,
It's a respect thing because a lot of my friends, we've been in environments like with all of us together where we've been acting or civil, you know, normal just like everybody else would, and people will like kind of pick on you even if you're quiet, you're minding your own business because they feel like that's how you act. So when you're trying to be, like
story of my life. You
Yeah.
really reading me right
you're just
now.
trying to be
This is me. I was that kid chilling, and they like,
you're trying to be cool,
Wrong.
but they get that out of you, like they don't know where that's gonna go. But they think they do. Because they think that you're small-minded, but it's like I said, a lot of my friends are well-educated, graduated from college, everything, but they still have that in them once provoked. Because it's more so like a defense mechanism. Because like now I have to be loud, now I have to be assertive, now I have to let you know what I'm really about because you think I'm playing with you. When I was civil, when I acted polite and proper, you underestimated me and my intellect and what I know and my rights of everything. So now I have to show you exactly, what I really am about. And it's sad that sometimes we have to go there. We have to pull that out of us because we try to suppress it, because especially when that's all we know and that's where we come from, and we try to get over that and adapt to society. And certain people in society, they just tend to just bring the worst out of you just because they're at their worst all the time.
yeah,
So sometimes you have to get on other people's level. I wouldn't define that as ghetto. That's just being real. If I have to bring the real me out for you to understand, then that's just the level that we're going to have to be on. Because if that's you, then you have to adjust to me, because I've already adjusted to you whether or not that's something I'm comfortable with or you're comfortable with me. But if we're going to be real and adults, then it has to be that. But I wouldn't define that as you being ratchet or me being ghetto. I'm just being me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just like takes me back to like, how like there's always some way to like while there's negativity and labels, and like there's always it always seems like there's some kind of way they're trying to divide or make something seem different than something else, like especially with our culture, because like we've contributed a lot as far as like the black community's contributed a lot to the culture of America and the world, as we know.
As we
But-
say all the time.
Highlights, gotta say that, but
Right.
but it's like at the same time, it's like I guess basically it's like other races will sometimes they'll feel like if they're not a part of something that they have to Yeah, insulted, exactly. So like, just cause like it's just the same thing about culture. Like y'all divided us on purpose, so we created our own thing. And then when you see this popping over here, y'all looking in, y'all like, oh, that like you trying to like, well, copy it first of all. They copy it, they tarnish it, they they
attack it first, then they copy it.
Exactly. Like, well, that's lame. Cornrows.
Yeah.
Something just something like that. So it's like, oh, that trend isn't hot. Then you just see them doing all that stuff. So. Like, Kylie Jenner, all the lip kiss, all that stuff. I ain't,
Right.
I would,
it's like even the whole image of what they used to, what years ago they said they was ghetto, like the big booty, the big boobs, and like the hips. Everything. It's like they're trying to really like imitate everything.
That's
but
what
it's
fashion
like
does all the time.
Exactly. And Kylie Jenner is like the prime example. Like I love like her fashion line. I like no disrespect to her at all, but with her image, it's like because I think it's mostly like shocking because everybody's seeing like her grow up.
Right.
Like we saw you through childhood, then it's like now it's like well she's like 19.
Yeah.
I ain't see it, girl.
But,
right now, I know she was like now. She look good.
For all of us who watched like Keeping Up with the Kardashians, years ago back when Bruce was Bruce.
I'm sorry.
Back those times, and it's like seeing her now. She's a beautiful person now.
Yeah.
But the amount and the length of cosmetic alteration that she had done just to get a look that's normal for many of us.
Right.
That's crazy. And it's like
plastic surgery.
Born with this.
It's like as much as y'all insult us, you still want to be like us.
And that's how
and that's flattering.
Because
it's like
say it again, bro.
I'm saying that's how I know we've won though.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not.
We won, really.
And
think about it.
And that
play out.
That goes back to us being dominant over everything. Period. That's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
Yes,
definitely.
Let's go to mini-series.
Yeah. But
last shall be first.
If that was anybody else with the big old booty and everything, everybody would say, "Oh, she looks ghetto." Without even knowing her, she could be the most professional person in the world. Probably never even grew up in a community like that. But if her body looks a certain way, you're gonna assume that she's that way because that's what the masses think.
A lot of this world is run on stereotypes. And it's not good.
And for some reason, black people got the most stereotypes.
Right, why?
I can't even think of as many stereotypes for any other race, but I can give you like 50 right now.
Right.
Me. Coming from old to new.
We can spend the next 5 minutes giving you black stereotypes. I promise you.
We're going to have a stereotype segment.
Right.
5 minutes.
It's going to be scrolling.
Right.
But we're not gonna get that energy, but yeah, we all know. We all know.
25 new steps.
It's just because I believe we have such powerful minds, so we can adapt to. Again, going back to us being dominant. Our presence around the world is seen and heard, whether or not technology was there. Period. Because we are in every part of the world, so you have no choice. Your only tactic is to try to insult us and degrade us and bring us down because you don't know anything else to do because that's all you see that's around you. Like we're listed as a minority, but a minority is someone who's not able to think for themselves. That has to be that has to have assistance from the majority to be able to live in society. But everybody who they define as minorities, like even Hispanic people, black people, we outnumber all of them.
Right.
I agree, and like, and when it comes to like, when it comes to like, if we can overcome like slavery physically and mentally, how can we not continue to succeed and achieve? Like, you know what I'm saying? We've already gone through. Not us personally, but we're educated on what happened, you know what I'm saying? But if they could overcome that, how can we not overcome this? You know what I'm saying? Like they put the
it's
torch
happening,
on.
man.
That's what I'm saying. They put the torch on here.
Shout out to all the people of color, whatever color you are. Bring color to this world.
Right.
Yes. Like I said, or even what you said earlier, that's the beauty I think of us is just being able to take all of that and like
persevere.
At the end rebrand stuff that was
Exactly.
used to come against us and use it for ourselves, just
Like
like
the
the
word
word
nigga.
nigga.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
even now with ratchet and stuff like
Yeah.
that, it's like, yeah, you can call me ratchet. I'm ratchet as fuck.
Yeah, she bad and ratchet.
Right. And now look, if people want to be bad and
Yeah,
bougie,
bad and
right?
bougie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a very like good thing that we can do for ourselves, because we're constantly as a people fighting within ourselves, having to being oppressed by our wonderful
Just-
president and everybody else. Everybody else.
That's a good
Join
word.
the
I was
fun.
actually talking to my dad earlier because I saw something on like Twitter, and they were talking about every state like without the major cities is Mississippi, and I was like, we might as well just be the United States of Mississippi because shit, that's why we have Trump anyways. I mean, that's how it is. But you know, I think that it's just important that we look at like stuff like that, like the words that we use, especially to describe other people within our race and everything, and just how we put that energy out, because then that's how they attract. Oh well, y'all use it, we can.
And that's the
Brand into
energy
it
is
too,
The
but, you
most
know.
important thing, the energy. It's like people are so insulted by the high level of energy that we bring to no matter where we are, what environment, we always bring a higher level of energy that cannot be imitated, manipulated by any other culture, any other person. If you're melanated, you have melanin in your period, you bring you can't help it that you bring that level of energy, and so people feel that. And when they have so much negativity, so it's that you have to counteract that.
Right.
So when we come, whether we're ghetto or we're just, you know, just out here just being whoever we are, we're always going to be attacked. Whether they saying it in their mind, whether they just, whether they acting
Sometimes they
on
don't
it,
tell you.
right? Or whether they
That's
say
it.
somebody
Body
else.
language.
I be thinking at my job, not day. I hope nobody from my job see this. Jesus, I work with nothing but
And
like
see-
older white patients, so I be wondering like,
Oh, my.
what are you really thinking of me right now?
Right.
While I'm sitting here asking you, can you see one or two? And what these letters say? Check.
I'm weak in the thoughts before I go through it.
I'm so ready to get up out of there. If y'all see this, please. No, I'm just playing. I'm sorry.
And that,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the, and
true.
that's crazy. Like dealing with older white people, especially people who like are from like that time period. It's just like, hi,
You just never know with them,
Right.
especially
It's
in Alabama. So
right?
That's a whole nother topic. We're gonna go to another episode with that.
Right.
Mindsets and all that. Yeah.
We gotta.
But this was a good episode.
Yeah.
We had a good discussion about that. Thank you again for coming and sharing your insights. Next time we got you on cheese, crackers, and wine.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes. So tune in, guys. Next week we're gonna have a very special guest.
Very important person. Not the, she's very important too. But
Very
you know,
Guys,
she's very special guest.
But yeah, make sure y'all tune in,
Make sure.
subscribe, and everything. So
Yeah.
catch us
See y'all
next
next
week.
week.